All right, I think we're live. Let me go double check. Double check. Looks like we should be live. Awesome. Let's see if anyone else is going to join in before we get started. I got some packs going on here. Hopefully going to tell some stories. Let me post up on Twitter that I'm here. Come join me. Cool. All right. What are we doing? What are we doing? We got some packs here. Whispers in the Well, just released. Let's open some up. I think I'm going to start with the Trove. Hopefully we'll have hits everywhere, but I definitely like starting with the Trove just to get that stuff out of the way, get all the neat stuff, get my new box. Throw that down there. I love these boxes. And ooh, this is different. There's no text on the top of the box. I'm looking at some of the other boxes I got here. I got one from every set. And I hope so. I hope I have good luck. Nothing can be worse than my Fabled boxes. Those were really bad. But that's interesting that they don't put text on top of the boxes. I basically been like kind of in a hole, hiding away from everything. I'm not as well versed on the new set. I wrote a bunch of stuff for my my rules video, so I'm very familiar with a handful of cards, but a lot of the stuff from this set I have no idea what it is, and I'll be reading it for the first time as I'm opening it, so that's cool. But yeah, I've been pretty much in the dark about all the stuff, and hopefully y'all can hear me all right. I don't have headphones on, but I do have my my microphone is recording, and if I turn the volume up, then it gets a big delay and creates an echo, so hopefully that's working all right. These look cool. Those are awesome. Let's set this aside. Up here. That box is cool. Life counter. Love that aerial art. Super cool. Got our packs. I hear these glow in the dark, so I'm going to leave these somewhere to get some light. And let's start opening. See what we got. Gonna get all the way through this. I got 2 boxes and a Trove. Definitely not sponsored. Not getting from anybody. These are all from out of my pocket. So I hope can't be worse than my Fabled pulls. That's for sure. Oh, straight out of the box, first pack. You can already see has a little bit of a bend in it. That's interesting. I hope that is not indicative of any future problems. And like I said, I am not as familiar with a bunch of these cards, so I will be seeing these all in real time. Olaf. Quackmeister. This is the first time seeing the Whispers in person. These look really cool. I love the torn pages look. I'm actually on my Switch 2, I'm playing through Ukulele. So the idea of like pages and the torn pages is just kind of a fun thing right now. And I'm very much enjoying that. I'm gonna search for clues. Foils. I'll make a separate pile for foils. But yeah, as far as like, you know, things that I'm looking for, obviously any enchanted, any iconic would be wonderful. Any epic, all those are good. As far as like non-super special cards, ooh, again, so maybe that might just be an issue with this Trove and the way the packs were packed in there. The things I'm looking for the most are the Demona, the man, I don't even know what I want to play. I just really want to play that one because it's gonna exert down everybody's stuff, and I'm super down for that in Purple Steel. And ooh, Scar and Violet. And one of the interesting cards that I'm actually way more excited about than I probably should be is basically it's the Elsa. Put my packs down there. It's the Elsa. That's basically the Maleficent from first chapter where she just enters and draws a card, the 3-drop. Yeah, that bend. Ooh, glad it's just on the commons, but no, it's great. But the Maleficent that not Maleficent, the Elsa that comes in and draws a card, and really excited, looking forward to that. Just something simple. Ooh, the boost Simba. Ooh, and we got our first First legendary. It is Shere Khan. I don't actually know what this does. 6 cost, 5/4 evasive. When this character quests, banish chosen opposing damaged character, then put 1 damage on another chosen character. Cool. That's neat. I am sad that they're not doing puzzle pieces this time. I mean, the story thing's cool, and it looks like there's several different pieces, at least 15. But I wish it was the puzzle pieces from previously. And then this Simba King in the Making, that's one of the ones that I reference in the rules video, talking about how boost works. Boost is really cool. Just a neat new mechanic that allows for a lot of variety on things. Ooh, these lights are not doing well for these cards. Let's move these down a little bit. And then we'll put these like kind of sideways. So for foils, for rares, and then we'll keep those right there. Okay. That's just a little bit better. Just hard to see. I don't remember what I was talking about. Something. Judy Hops, Mickey Mouse. That's another one I talked about in my video. The Amber characters. It's just a real quick one about color identity and how color identity for dual colors matters. Nick Wilde, and another one of these. The puzzle pieces. I wish we had puzzle pieces. I really enjoyed the puzzle pieces. If I sound a little tired for those joining in, ooh, another bent one. I really love this Dragonfire art, even though I still have foils from the first set, and I should have got some of the DLC ones, but I didn't. So we'll try to do that. But if I seem a little bit tired, it's the time shift. If any of y'all have kids during the time shift, you're like, oh, you gain an hour. You gain an hour on the fall one. No, that is not how that works. Ooh, Sleepy Hollow. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. That is not how that works. Because if you have kids, ooh, another legendary. I'll show that in a sec. If you have kids, their internal clock is going to think that when the clock says 7 o'clock, that it's actually 6. When the clock says 6 o'clock, they think it's 7 o'clock. So they want to wake up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, which is great. So which one is this? Black Cauldron. Definitely some controversy around this one. I'm not sure if anyone else is up on the rulings, but there's a very, very interesting issue with this and the bell that you can play by banishing an item. Could you play it from underneath the cauldron? And that's just an interesting conundrum to talk about. And I talk about it in that video. And as of right now, there is not a definitive answer to it, but it is one that they are looking into. Same thing with Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow is supposed to interact with another card. I don't know if I pulled that yet. It's it's an action, and it's supposed to like return a location from your discard to your hand. That bend again. And then if you control a Sleepy Hollow, then you draw a card or something. But the way that the rules work and the way that things are written, there's a timing restriction that doesn't actually allow that to happen. So they said they're aware of that, and they're going to be taking care of that in the future. Sudden Scare. I don't think this is as good as people say it is. Wait, no, that's not it, right? Yeah, that's the one that put all chosen players in their inkwell face down. So first, it's not a song, so you do have to pay full price for it. And second, it inks all their stuff. So you're ramping your opponent. So yeah, you cleared their board, but then you ramp them into a bunch of stuff so they can just redeploy if they're drawing cards or doing other things. So I don't know how much I feel about that. I mean, I'm certainly going to try it out. I'll try out all kinds of stuff, but as far as like a staple, I think its current price is maybe a little bit inflated for sure. Yeah, that bend, that must be just a Trove issue with where the packs were. Luckily, it looks like it's just the first card. This was the one I was talking about earlier. The Elsa Exploring the Unknown. Just play it, draw a card. There is nothing I loved more than playing the Maleficent in the previous one, the 3-drop. Just play it, draw a card. Although she's less good when she doesn't have friends to sing. We do have a friends-like card with, it's the item, the book, which I'm also really excited about, but less so because it's not a song, but it'll still be great. And yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing all sorts of cool stuff. There's another one of the champions, and the champion is the one that cares about the types of types of cards you have. Where is this? Yellow. Scrooge McDuck. When you play this character, draw a card, then discard a card. When this character is challenged, return it to your hand. Huh. So that would be, I should have included this in my rules. When it is challenged, that is a triggered ability, but when it's challenged, it's the other player's turn. So if you have something like the Mother Gothel that moves damage, the moving damage would go first because they are the active player, and then when yours goes to resolve, damage would already be there. That's cool. I'm gonna save that for later. I might add that into the video. I haven't published it yet. Most of it is the whole thing is written, the whole thing is recorded. I just haven't edited the video yet. Yeah, definitely from that trove. I just haven't edited it yet, so I might add that in. I've already got 10 because I usually do the 10, but that would be a good 11 or a bonus. Although I did kind of I mixed a couple things together. So like talking about boost and alert, like the new keywords, that counted as like 1. And if I need that to be something separate, I can. Ooh, Mowgli. That's definitely something that I wanted to have. I'm gonna need 4 of those. That's basically slotting into any Amber aggro deck. And that was the Trove. I mean, could be worse. Could be worse. Let's oh, those packs are really loud. Let's go to a box. We'll get our trusty Recon 1. Pop it on open, see what we're doing. Hey, we have a whole 11 people watching. Awesome. Glad you could be here. Hopefully, you got some whispers of your own to open at some point. And if not, you can live vicariously through these openings. All right. Packs. 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 I love this key art. So this main art of the Mickey detective and the ethereal voice Ariel. I love that key art so much. I'm gonna really enjoy using that this season in videos and artwork and stuff. Just looks so beautiful. All right. Ooh. Uh-oh. That almost looks like a little bit of a bend still, so I really hope that's not going to be a recurring issue. But it does look like it's only the first card, which is fine. And there's that Junior Woodchuck guidebook. I definitely need those. Those are going to be super helpful. I always love drawing cards. Always the best thing you want to be doing. And if you know me, I love me some purple. Sorry, amethyst. Deladuck, recovered page, Flynn Rider, Broadway. I also gotta say, as cool as it is for gargoyles in here, I didn't really watch it when I was growing up, so I'm kind of learning a lot of these things at this, all at once. A lot of stuff I just either missed or was something that I didn't have it on my channel. I watched a lot of Nickelodeon and a lot of like ABC and Fox. Not as much Disney stuff as a kid, outside of the movies. Move this down a little bit. There we go. Horseman Strikes. That's going to be a fun removal spell. Destroys those, banishes those pesky Dumbos and all sorts of things that I enjoy playing. Oh, now that cuts my head off. We're not going to be a headless horseman. Good enough. All right. I just don't want to be looking down like this and you're just staring at the top of my head. All right. Yeah, that looks like a production issue. That is definitely a production issue. Because it's in the box too. You can see that the light hitting the bend on that very first card. It's just the first card though, so I guess it's not too bad. Oh, that's not green. That's green. So that's in a different order. All right, how's Horseman performance review? One of the things that was interesting is I decided to... Ooh, can't hold it back anymore. That is a super sweet card. I know that Kevin in Lorcana Goon said the reveal for that. I'm really looking forward to playing with this. Oop, and another one of these. It is the Cinderella. Anything underneath it? Nope, just a common. That's so beautiful. Ooh, that looks good. Ooh, centering's off a little bit down and to the side. Not enough to count as a miscut though. But still, beautiful card, great card. Now, people are losing their minds over this card. I do not think it is as crazy as people think. yes, it is a super powerful effect to put something in your inkwell and draw a card. It is, yeah, super rares upside down. Interesting, super rares upside down. So far, mine have been all right side up, but we'll see how that goes. But people talking about that Cinderella, I don't think it's going to be it is a good card. It is a very good card. Costing 4, especially when Tipo and Sale are still legal. You know, your 1/2/4 decks are going to love this. Especially because she counts herself. So right at the end of that turn, you can ink another one and then draw a card. But I think the fact that she's uninkable and the fact that she's only a 2/3 matters a lot. There's a comment I made somewhere, I think it was on Twitter or something, where it was, Cinderella is. And I said, Cinderella is uninkable and fragile. She is not an inkable 1/6, for example, that draws 2 cards every turn. So I think she'll be fine. I think she'll be good and she can be powerful. I don't think she's broken by any means, but maybe I didn't find the secret sauce yet. The new Mickey Detective art, I don't really like it as much. I like the originals, but I could also be, a little bit painted by the fact that I have the I want to say F&M. It's not F&M. The League promo ones from previously. I have a set of those. And those are Get to Safety. That's the one from previously. Get to Safety with Sleepy Hollow. Does not work the way it is supposed to. Oh, that's 2 foil. Oh, those Scrooge Music. That's interesting. Get to Safety and Sleepy Hollow does not work the way it is intended. And that was confirmed by Kyle at Ravensburger in the official Discord for rules. The way that this works is Get to Safety says play a location with cost 3 or less from your discard. Then if you have a Sleepy Hollow and play, draw a card. Sleepy Hollow says some stuff that doesn't matter, but you can banish it and put it in the discard. But the problem is if a card makes you play another card, the first card has to resolve fully first before the other card can do it. So their intention was to be able to bring a Sleepy Hollow back and then draw a card. But because of the wording in one of the specific rules, I forget what it is, but it's in the video. This has to resolve fully. So it's checking to see if Sleepy Hollow is there before you actually put a Sleepy Hollow into play. So, you know, not exactly what they intended. Similar to, and I think what I said, similar to the, need those Tinkerbells. We're going to keep those. Similar to in the first chapter, the Moana that cared about princesses readying, and those did not work if you had 2 of them. So they errated that. They changed it. And we'll see if they do the same thing here. Ooh, foil Anna. What do we got next? All right. Ghostly Tale. Be Gone. Rapunzel. Oh, they're in a different order. Putting it all together. Flash. I love Flash. That's just a cool character. Nibs. Time to Go. Another Mickey. I'm getting a lot of these Mickey Mice. Megra. Hey, Herald of Thunder. So I'm super excited for this card. And I'm really glad I got a foil. I was going to buy some of these anyway. It's basically the Zeus we have at home. The Along Came Zeus we had at home. And it does do 1 less damage. The Challenger 2, I think, is cool. But I think just the fact that we have another damage-dealing song, even though it doesn't do 5, a lot of times 4 is enough to take care of a lot of problematic things. And the 5 wasn't enough to take care of a lot of things with 6 power in it. So 4, I hope, is good enough. It's at least better than, not having a song. Karen, Ink Runner. And then, ooh, didn't even slow roll that one. Shere Khan. So that's yeah. We already got one of those. So we got 2 of those now. And then a Pluto. Those look different. Oh no, it's just the way the light. I really, really enjoy how they added that kind of like glossy texture to the character part of it. And then the rest is like that standard matte finish. It almost makes me like those better than standard foils, just because I think it pops a little bit more. And the change in the foiling process is not exactly what I'm excited about. As someone who really, really loves foils, I actually preferred the... I like the look of the current foils. However, I preferred the the not curliness of the original cold foils. And foil. And even these, you know, it's not a rainbow foil, so I don't feel like I'm gaining a lot of the benefits of not being a cold foil. Whereas the original, like early chapter, early set cold foils, they remain perfectly flat all the time, and it was never a problem. And especially with, you know, at the last DLC, I don't think I mentioned it in my video, but I had, I don't have them with me. Do I have them with me? Where would those be? No, I don't. But I had the Elsas, the 5-drop Elsa, the promo one from the box, from this box, the promo one. I had 4 of them, and I was playing them in my deck. I had 4 of them in my deck. And then when we were in the airport, someone was trying to, you know, we were playing, could you cut to your card? And so we would put, I swapped them all out for 1. And then I kind of like held the deck in my hand a little bit sideways so that I could fan it out, and it would kind of just naturally lay out. And you could cut to the Elsa every single time, which sucks because I love promos. I love foils, and it sucks that that was the card I took out. And that was among a bunch of other foils. So it was specifically that particular foil had the issue, which is why a bunch had to get taken out. Although I'm not sure. Oh, hey. Scared me for a minute. I thought it was I mean, it is just an iconic, but it does look, or no, just a epic, but that does look really cool. So this is what I love. I love those rainbow foils. Which sets of the cool? I don't remember when they made the switch. They made the switch relatively recently. I want to say it was, I think it was after Azurite Sea. It might have been. I'd have to look that up. I don't know off the top of my head, but it was relatively recently, and you can feel them. The cold foils are definitely a lot thicker and a lot more sturdy, and they stay a lot more flat. Oh yeah, there's that production issue again. And they stay a lot more flat, whereas the current ones are a lot more like the ones that you'd see in Magic, where they just curl, or they'd be just they feel thin. They'd feel a little bit thin. Now the epics don't have that same feel. These still, but again, could be different treatment. I'm not sure exactly how it is. And I do know, this should belong here. I do know that they or at least what Magic would do is they would have several different printers, several different companies printing it, and you would have to, I didn't have a separate pile for supers, whatever. I'll just put it in the color, sort it out later. You would, you know, you'd contract out whatever you're printing. You'd like have set, so what are we doing? This is set 10. So like set 11 is going to go to this printer. Set 12 is going to this printer. Set 13 is going to this printer, so that they can hit those timelines a lot more efficiently, as opposed to just trying to rely on a single printer. And there are definitely some printers you can tell just have a higher quality than others. I don't know if they're a difference in price. I'm sure they are, but that was definitely a thing where you could tell, you know, you really wanted the specific printers. I think they were in Belgium for Magic, that just had like the most consistently high quality cards, cardstock printing, ink, coloring, perhaps not getting the bends on there. So that's definitely a production issue. It's not from the box. Yeah, just the different print quality. And even still, it feels like here, there's just a different texture. If you feel a card now, it just feels a little bit more waxy. It's not better or worse, but you can definitely just tell it's different. Whatever their composition is, it's different than what it was previously. And different than what it was previously. And I don't know when the switch happened, but if you go through, I could go through and check, and maybe I'll make a video on that sometime, comparing the different card qualities, the inconsistency of colors and things. Because like a starter deck, usually came out a little bit darker and a little more contrasty than a regular set card. So if you had cards from a starter deck they would look different than ones that came out of a booster. Hey, Rapunzel. Another, put that right there. And I don't even know what this is from. It's probably from Black Cauldron. Again, just another movie I hadn't seen, or if I have seen, I was very young. Yeah, and like this. If anyone knows how to pronounce that, yep. It wasn't why they started foiling the text. I think so, because the previous ones, there was only foil on part of the card, and then not all of the card. Again, most of my knowledge is from Magic, because they do a bunch of different foiling processes. And I would have to go through and look at a bunch of them, but there's interesting, cool stuff. Spooky Sight. Oh, that was a different card than what I thought was earlier. What did I think it was earlier? Something blue. Spooky Sight was the one I was thinking of. Put all characters with costumes. So that's like a board wipe. But I don't think that's going to be... I mean, I think it's going to be cool. I don't think you're going to base things around it. Ariel Ethereal Voice. I love the art. I love the flavor. I really want songs to be a thing again. I don't think, we're not going to be getting Ariel Spectacular Singer anytime soon. But I just do love the idea of Amber Songs decks. And I hope that those come back. But yeah, so I don't have any old ones with me, but similarly with Magic, that only part of the card would be foiled as opposed to the whole card. And now it's the whole card, including the text box, is foiled as opposed to just the art area. And I have to take a look at that. I don't have any handy, and it's kind of a mess right now. So we'll if we do that for a video, we'll do that a little later on. Thanos, Scuttle, Ursula, Whispers of Vanessa, another one from the rule video, talking about the difference between different types of boost, how some boost would give you a static effect. So like this gives a static effect that stays. Some of them are a check effect. So like it checks if it was boosted. I think that's what the Simba does. Simba is the whenever. So that's the third type, is the whenever it's boosted. So it's a repeatable effect. This one is a static effect. And then the other kind is just it checks if you've boosted, and then you get something else. That's cool. Goofy there, and let's put that over there. I feel like I'm not going through this box fast enough. I got a whole nother box to go through. I really hope I get bent again. I really hope I get just some kind of enchanted. I'm so disillusioned. I don't even know why. I originally only pre-ordered a single box and a trove, and I was like, you know what? Let's throw an extra box in there. I love opening packs. I know it is not financially the best thing to do. It doesn't make any sense, but it is fun. It is enjoyable. I really enjoy opening packs. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at like sealed and draft. I feel like I would love that if I was actually good at it, but I'm not at all. So for me, I love opening packs and then organizing cards and just getting a collection of stuff. There's nothing that feels worse than like, oh, I need this random, 10-cent uncommon from 3 sets ago, and I really don't want to spend $2 to ship this on, from TCG Player or eBay or something, when I just have a pile of cards. It's just nice to have cards handy so that I don't have to worry about that. So even just opening cards, whether or not I get any of the big hits, Cinderella's awesome, Rapunzel's great, but whether or not I get any of the super big hits, it's just nice to have cards handy, especially, if I want to be ready for stuff on day one. So I'm recording stuff for day one. I still don't quite know what I'm going to be playing for our first week. Probably just something that's mostly stuff I already have, and then maybe I'll fit a couple things in. But or I might do something totally weird. Because I do... Oh, do I have that with me? I have it somewhere. I do really want to play with the Mulans that I got. Oh, that was the one I was talking about earlier. So the Sudden Scare versus Spooky Sight. Similar ideas, but I think I kind of mixed those up. That's fine, though. Fairy Godmother's Wand. And if you hear a little bit of screaming, I hear my little one downstairs. She's hanging out with Grandma while I'm up here. in the warm upstairs. All right, what else we got? Hermes, another Junior Woodchuck guide. Yeah, really like that. I really want to make Blurple a thing with this and the crab, but I don't think Blurple's gonna be a thing. I think blue-green is gonna be phenomenal, and I think blue steel is gonna be good. I don't think amethyst sapphire, blue-purple, Blurple is gonna be as good this time around. I think it's just a lot of what it could do, which is just, you know, rush out, get the bigger things faster than you need to. There just isn't as many good payoffs as there are in other colors, or other ways to interact. Tinkerbell, the Elsa, I like that one. So I don't know what I'm gonna play. I always like, I mean, if I can play anything with amethyst in it, I'm gonna be happy. I might even try something silly like ruby amethyst, try to relive the old days. And oh, Lexington, that's another one I used as my example. This one's also a little miscut. Oh, they're all a little miscut. I didn't even notice that until just now. They're shifted off center a little bit. But again, talking about the difference between alert and evasive, it matters for things like Dumbo. Dumbo cannot trigger one of these, although it. Ooh, why does this look different? Oh, the whispers get a different foiling? Oh, that looks amazing. Wow. So it's like a traditional foil treatment everywhere, except right around the type line. There's like a rainbowy ethereal kind of thing around that. And then the character itself has those like wavy extra different things on. That looks so cool. I haven't seen these yet. Ooh, now I need to get more of those. I need to get an aerial of that. That looks so cool. I was tripping for a minute. I thought that was like a what's it called? Enchanted or something. No, it's just a really cool looking. Wow, that looks so good. Anyway, I don't know what I was talking about. Let's go back to opening some packs. We got some more stuff, and you know, at this point, I who knows what I'm going to open. I have the absolute worst luck with opening stuff. I mean, if you saw my fabled openings, I think I pulled, was that like four Maleficent Dragons? Not a whole lot of anything else. That's cool. It's drawn on. Not great. We're off to a mediocre start so far here. I mean, we got the Cinderella, which is cool. But not a whole lot else. So we'll see. We'll see how these boxes pan out. Someone in our local group who bought from the same store as us got one of the Enchanteds. It looks really cool. And so I'm thinking, oh no, it's not gonna be one of mine, but at least his came from a different case. So I have hope. I have hope of, ooh, hey, that was one of the ones I definitely wanted, is the Hades, and it's not the one of the, is this is going to be such a cool card. I don't know how good it's going to be, but I personally love it, and I want to run 4 of them in every single deck, because it is, yes, you give your opponent the choice, and yes, they are going to choose the one that is most advantageous for them, but I feel like at worst case scenario, it's a 5-cost inkable Medusa that gets rid of something, or I guess more appropriately would be Tremaine, which, you know, doesn't feel great if they have some cheap little crappy character. But I think often, like, if they're playing something out early and they want it, this is probably just going to draw 2 cards a bunch of times. So we'll see where that goes. But I'm forgetting a lot of these cards because I haven't been able to keep up with spoiler season, because I've been so busy with the rules one, with specifically the ones from the rules, plus getting out my my DLC video, which that was a ton of work, just writing, recording, editing. And then I put out this morning, just a couple of random games that I recorded and just didn't get a chance to put out. And the worst part is I rendered the whole thing, and what sucks is there's nothing fancy in it, so it shouldn't take that long, but it still even rendering at double time took like an hour and a half to render or something, just because it was so long. Over an hour to render, and then a ton of time to upload and process and all that stuff. And so I put a wrong game in there. I put a game in there that I actually did an episode on, and so I was like, oh no, I can't just leave this. So I took it back out and put the correct one in later on. But that pushed the release date back, or pushed the release time back to this morning instead of last night. And so, I mean, today it's all about Whispers. And so, like, nobody gives a crap about watching that. Its numbers are horrible. It's been up for 12 hours. I think we're, let me check what we're at here. It was posted, I don't know, this morning at like 7 or 8 o'clock this morning, when it finally finished rendering and processing overnight and getting posted. Is it 107 views in 9.5 hours? Woo! I mean, I wasn't expecting it to do much, but like, man, that's bad. But I mean, it's also, it's a testament to, it's an old format. It's not really relevant anymore. And even though the games are interesting, like, it doesn't have the editing, so it's difficult to follow. And it's long. I think it was like an hour and a half total runtime. And so, oh man, this is just mess everywhere. Gotta clean this up. But hey, if you've been itching for a bunch of the content that I haven't been able to put out because I'm so busy all the time, give that a watch for sure. It's an hour and a half of hour and a half of like three different games from leading up to Milwaukee. I think it's 2 of them on Blurple with different lists, I think.
Noise cancellation.
And one of them is either Purple Steel or another Blurple. I don't remember off the top of my head. Last day has been kind of a blur. Like I said, we're not sleeping well because the kids are up at like 4 o'clock. But hey, we're opening packs. Ooh, why did my mouse do stuff? Good. Bueno. All right. Okay. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. I feel like it looks like I'm getting a lot of peaks with these packs. I got my mic right here. And the packs are really loud. Every time I open a pack, I just see my little meter bars here go bright red. So we'll see. All right, box number 2, box number 1, and trove number 1. You know, I mean, it's cards. I'm happy to have them, but let's, you know, an enchanted. Could you maybe? I opened over 130 packs in Fabled, not a single enchanted. So maybe I'm just cursed. Who knows? You know, fingers crossed here. But you know, Outlook doesn't look as good so far. That would have been funny. And that was it. But no, it's not. But hey, we've got 23 more packs to go. 23 more packs to go, and plenty of opportunity to be proven wrong. As I look at all of the cards from this set, most of which I don't actually know what they do, so I will have to read them through. I would read them all right now, but I'm trying to get through 2 of these before I have to pick up my older daughter from her after-school program. Ooh, there we go. Foil Elsa, beautiful. Although. My head's in the way. I believe she's not a buy a box promo because that was a separate card that I got. She is a something promo that looks amazing. And she's an not iconic, epic. Any of those would be awesome. Awesome to have. Much like the Cusco, where he draws a card if he gets banished. I love cards that draw cards, and I love cards that draw cards incidentally. Like, they're doing something you would already be doing anyway, but then they just also happen to draw a card. That's my absolute favorite kind of thing, which is probably why I love Amethyst so much. This was one of the other examples from my rule video of the checking if something happens. So when this character is banished, it's going to check if there's a card underneath, and then you get to draw 2 cards. So it's checking for if you've boosted, and then you get the additional effect and then the other ones are you get an effect when you boost, and then the other one is when you boost. Upon boosting, you get a static effect that stays. And ooh, Prince Charming, and this goofy thing. I also talk about Prince Charming. That's another fun one. With each turn, only one character can challenge. Notably, it does not say only one challenge can happen. It only says each turn, one character can challenge. Read into that as you will. Brooklyn, another one of these Elsas. I mean, it's a common, so I'm going to get plenty of them. Which is good to have, because if I can, I'm going to play her Monday. Today's Friday, so on Monday. Yep. Broadway. Chef Louis. Shere Khan. Mm-hmm. All right. The one thing that I am a little bit sad about is in a couple days is when more we'll bend to the top is when the tickets for the next DLC go on sale, and most likely I just won't be able to make it. It sucks, but I'm super busy all the time. I'm surprised I was able to even get this cobbled together for today. Luckily, it's one of the days where my mom is able to be here to watch the little one, and then my oldest is in after school care, and then I pick her up usually about 5 or 5:30 local time. And it's a challenge to be able to step away and be gone for several days. Like going to Milwaukee was awesome. And it was such a cool experience because I've never gone to a DLC before. And it was funny because on the way there, I don't know if I I don't think I put this in the video, but you know, a bunch of us from San Diego went. There was at least, I think there's 12 of us this time, and 8 of us were on the same plane out, and 9 of us were in the same hotel. 3 wanted to get a hotel that was closer, like walking distance across the street from the Baird Center. But it was funny because we were you know, walking up and getting, and I'm on probably at least my second coffee at that point, and I'm just bouncing. I'm excited. I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. And the other people are like, whatever. And then it's like, this is your first DLC, right? And I was like, yeah, let's go. And they're like, oh, okay, kind of rolling their eyes because a bunch of our San Diego group, like, this is just a thing that they go to every single time. So I'm a little jealous at the frequency with which they can go. But I'm also super happy that I was able to go and I can live vicariously through their adventures when they're going to be in Richmond, because I definitely will not be able to make Richmond. And then the next one in Indy is in mid-June. And I might not even be able to make that one because of a completely unrelated thing. My wife is going to visit. We have family that live in Norway, and she's going to be visiting them. Well, she has family that lives in Norway. It's her cousin. And she's probably going to go on her own. Kids are probably going to stay with me for a couple days, but it's in June around the same time. I don't know if it's at the same time. And it just means that I'm probably not going to be able to fly out to Indy so I can play some card games while I'm watching the kiddos. And it's a little bit much for grandma to take care of them for that long on their own, especially as they're getting older, because they are a handful for sure. Hoping to go to Richmond. I hope you get in. I hope you get to go to Richmond. I definitely have some mixed feelings over some of the announcements they made about Richmond, about how now they've got Friday events, they've got better pricing. They made a bunch of. It was funny that because the whole group there, they've been to like every DLC, and so they're like, man, it sucks that this was the first one that hey Webby, this was the first one that you were able to go to, because like the pricing kind of sucks and it was a little chaotic, and I don't care. It was fun for me. I enjoyed it. I got the things I wanted. I got my pin. I got my hat. I would have loved to get some of the promo cards, but I didn't have time. I spent way too much time chasing that stupid Mulan, but hey, at least I got 2 of them because I got one at the Infinity Side event afterwards. But no, even if I went to the next one, I don't even know if I'd be in the main event. Core Constructed, I probably would. Infinity, I don't think I would. I don't feel super... Oh, whoa, whoa. Heyo, not only is that an enchanted, that is almost exactly the one I wanted. I love this card so much. This is the Can't Hold It Back Anymore. Oh, that's so cool. That looks so pretty. And the one thing that I love is they made this change with Fabled is the little gold embossed name looks so good. Yes, let's go, let's go, let's go. I need to get a sleeve. I have a stack of them somewhere. Should have thought about this ahead of time. Oh no, all of my stuff is everywhere here. Yeah. Oh, there we go. That makes it worthwhile. That's one of the good ones too. Ooh, this is not going to sit in a binder. That is going to be played. So now I have to play something with purple, and I'm going to be playing this on Monday. Crap. I was going to play, I was actually going to play, Ruby Steel because I wanted to play with my Mulans, but now I feel like I have to play something purple so I can play with this because this, oh God, that is gorgeous. That is so gorgeous. That looks so good. Man, that looks good. Okay, where can I put this so you can see it? Not up there, not there. How about right there? Nope, no, it's out of frame. We'll put it right there. That looks so good. Okay, okay, I feel better now. Okay, back to it. Back to the grind. Oh man, chat's coming in. Let me see. Yes, congrats. That's amazing. The Zeus one looks so good too. I'll be my first. Oh, so overall cost of going, it was not cheap. But so what really helped us keep the cost down, I see a comment in here about it'd be my first DLC, but concerned about the overall cost. What really helps is my wife used to be the assistant general manager for Hyatt, for a local Hyatt, and one of her best friends is the current AGM. So she left that position once we had about a year into having the first kid, just because it was a really stressful job and really difficult to be in that role with kids. And so she took a step back, but then one of her favorite employees moved up underneath her and is now the current AGM. And so we were able to get a really good friends and family rate, for the hotel. But on top of that, even just a good rate is we went with 12 people and 9 of them stayed in the same hotel. So we got, and that was with like everybody gets a bed. Now, back when I was in my 20s, we used to go to Vegas all the time. It's only about a 4.5 hour drive from here. And, you could fit, half a dozen people easily in a room. If people don't care about sleeping on couches and floors or whatever. But here, we want our own beds, whatever. But even still, we did 3 rooms, that each sleep 3. So it was like 2 queens and a pull-out couch or something. And so we split it 9 ways. It ended up being like $130 for the hotel. And then for transportation, one of our other friends just rented a car. We rented a giant minivan that could hold all of us, or at least hold all of us that were staying at that hotel. And we just drove there instead of doing Ubers. So all in all, out of pocket, it was about, I want to say somewhere between 150 and 190, depending on some people left early and some people didn't use the car. Because I tracked everything in a spreadsheet and I did everything for me. But it was relatively cheap because we had so many people to split things and we worked really well to accommodate as best we could. But if you can go with people to split things, it's great. And then for the flight, those are going to be different for everybody everywhere. But we flew Southwest out of San Diego, direct flight, and most of us were all on the same flight. And they had some deal where if you bought, so you don't buy the ticket directly, you had to buy like points. So you sign up for the thing, buy the points, and then use the points to buy the ticket. And the ticket ended up being like, I want to say like 180 or something way cheaper than I expected to be for a round trip nonstop. So, I mean, it's not nothing, but all in all, I think I went there, stayed, and came back for less than $500, which is pretty good. 8 hours from Richmond driving. Oh, you must be from the Midwest, where people just drive everywhere. Like we drive. I mean, in San Diego, Southern California, will drive to like Vegas, but like we kind of draw the line at Vegas. We about 5 hours is our limit. We'll drive up and down the coast, and we'll drive to Vegas. But man, Midwestern drivers, they'll go 10 hours like it's nothing. I was born in Minnesota, and but we moved out here when I was like 4. But my family, they were born and raised in Minnesota, and so we know that routine of taking the drive. And then it was funny because one of the people that came with us to Milwaukee is a Wisconsin native, and like has been at that airport a bunch of times, and he actually stayed back to visit some family, which was pretty cool. And he's the one that introduced us to Culver's. You saw our my DLC breakdown video. That was a huge highlight. We went there several times. Very delicious food. But it was funny because you could hear that living in California for as long as I have or as he has, is the Midwestern accent does pop out a little bit. I've done my best to not suppress it, but like I mean I grew up in California. I sound like I'm from California unless I'm around like my dad and his brothers. He's got a bunch of brothers, and they're all born and raised in Minnesota. They sound like they're in the movie Fargo. So it sometimes comes out in the O's. Like, we're ice fishing down at Moose Lake. What are you doing out there? It's too cold. Too cold. You can't go fishing today. I don't know. But anyways, the DLC was fun. If you can make it there, as I mentioned in the prepare video, just have realistic expectations because it is tough. It is tough to do well. It is a grind. It is a slog. You cannot lose. You can't if a match is close, you can't lose it because any loss, especially an early loss, is as good as being out of the tournament. And so even still, for me, I had the problem of I got stuck in what we called the Mulan bracket, which is like people who lost and they're playing decks that may or may not beat up on things, but I got stuck with a bunch of random aggro decks that lost to people that had prepared for aggro, but then I got stuck in this big pool of those, and all of them are people trying to chase the Mulan, so they're not dropping, and so everyone that was left was also still chasing the Mulan, and it was a long day, that's for sure. But it looks like they have way better pricing this time around, and another cool set of events. I think it was on Friday, where like the prize payouts were like you could get a playmat for just going in this other random side event, and those playmats were like 18,000 tickets, and they were going. I think they're selling for over $1,000. I think two or three of us in our group got playmats, but like I said, 5 of us got day 2, and so those 10,000 tickets did some work getting either a playmat or any other promos. Hey, Headless Horseman, I want this card to be a thing. Ooh, hey, whoa, hey, that's exactly, man, this is a pack right here. Okay, so Headless Horseman, already excited for this. I have played me plenty of Medusas and Tremaines, so this effect is awesome. Like the removal on a stick, especially one that quests for 2, beautiful, wonderful. Already happy for that. This card looks like a great beat stick, as well as card advantage when possible. And then also just a good quester and just another one that I referenced in my rules video about the Stone by Day and making sure that you can't ready it. And then lastly, the foil, I want to say ethereal, Whisper, the foil Whisper that I was looking for. Oh, I love that. That's the key art. That's the, well, I mean, it's not the same exact art, but it's very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Love that. I'm gonna put that right there. Wow. Okay. So that was a pack. And with only 5 left, this I should have just opened this box. Shouldn't have got the other one. Yeah. Oh yeah. 2 legendaries and a foil in a single pack. Can't, all right, my complaining rights have been completely revoked. I'm no longer allowed to complain, except when I do, which I will, because that's what I do. No, I try not to complain. I try to stay positive, as you probably can tell. Wait a minute. Okay, so that was the yeah. So if you know, whatever your first rarity is of the last two slots, your second one can only be equal or higher. It will never be lower. So as soon as you see the first legendary, you know the one underneath it has to be legendary. And I just forgot that there was two there. But Cinderella and some foil, it doesn't matter. But two Cinder. Man, this box is paying dividends. There we go. Man. Oh, I am so tired. I am delirious right now. I have been up since like 5 o'clock this morning. It is currently 4:38 p.m. and I can't have coffee anymore because it takes about 12 to 14 hours to metabolize coffee. And I don't want to be up all night, so we're just going to power through it. Since you're almost done, thank you. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. And I mentioned it in one of them. Mostly why I do this is I like doing it. I want to make stuff that I would want to watch, and I want to share whatever journey I can with everybody. And the other biggest thing, I don't know if I've shared this, is many years ago, I went to school. I went to college for like media production. I originally wanted to do the visual effects for like movies and TV shows and stuff, but I graduated in 2008 when the world fell apart, so that never really became anything. And so it's just been kind of like a side hobby here and there. And then when this came around, it was like, oh, I can like actually have fun with this and actually do stuff with this. So that's cool. And I just enjoy doing this. This is just fun. And a lot of it is stuff I would be doing anyway. Like I'd probably be opening packs anyway. I'd probably be playing anyway. And now I get to share that journey and have fun with it and share the excitement, share the fun, share the enjoyment. Because a lot of games like this, one of the reasons why I stepped away from Magic and why I was really, really drawn to Lorcana is just the community is awesome. All of you guys are awesome. It's friendly and welcoming and inviting and just wonderful. And that's not to say that there aren't some awesome people in Magic, but as a whole, the Magic community is not nearly as friendly and welcoming and inviting as Lorcana has always been. I do not use Adobe. I use DaVinci Resolve. It is completely free, and it's completely free. And the paid version, like the difference in features, most people doing most things will never ever need it. And the functionality is basically the same as Premiere with an audio editor. And I don't know if it's the level of After Effects, but I do know that the entire Fusion page, which is like DaVinci's version of After Effects, you can do a ton of stuff. That is one thing I haven't been able to wrap my head around is the all the effects tabs and the Fusion tabs. But the audio editor, the color grading editor, the mixing, and all that stuff is at least as good, if not better, than Adobe Premiere. So I just use that. If it goes on a Black Friday sale, right now I think it's like $300 for a perpetual license forever, which is already like a phenomenal price because you can't even buy Premiere anymore. You have to do a monthly subscription. And yeah, you can't even buy Premiere anymore. But this is $300 to just have that license forever. And then any further updates. So right now they're on like 20 something. When I first got it, it was 18. You just get those free updates perpetually. And then if it goes on sale to like $200, I mean, the main difference that I would want to use the paid version for is that paid version. One of the things that's super, super helpful is it does really, really good live translation of captions. So if I want to put captions at the bottom of the screen, especially on stuff like my rules videos, where it's just good to have the script on screen. Yeah, I was in that about time frame when I learned on Premiere. So when I went into Resolve, it was there's a button that you can press that's like, are you coming from nothing? Are you coming from Final Cut Pro, or are you coming from Premiere? And it'll change kind of the settings around so it looks like things that you're used to. And it was super easy to pick up. It was like riding a bike. It just went right back to it. And oh hey, finish on an iconic, not an iconic, not an epic. Damn, that's awesome. But yeah, video editing has been super fun. It's if you've noticed, if you've watched my stuff for a while, there's kind of like this trend of how much time and things are spent on different things. So you can tell some of them I've spent 15 hours on a single video because it's got this big elaborate intro. It's got a lot of these slick animations. One of them I even animated like combat, where it shows the two characters, and it was just completely unsustainable. And so my little one is here. Hold on. Here, come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, I got her. Oh, you got your pillow? Yeah, I got her. Oh. Can you say hi, people? You say hi, people?
Hi, Isabel.
No, that's you. Can you say hi, people?
Hi, people.
All right, now I need you to go back downstairs for Grandma, okay?
But I want to see you.
I know you want to stay with me. I got to finish this up, and then I'll see you in 2 minutes, okay?
But I want to see too.
Okay, then you'll stay here with me while I finish this up. Yeah, hashtag dad life. Are you a chicken? Oh, yep, there goes the pillow again.
A pillow again.
Yep. Well, anyway, I love DaVinci Resolve.
Talking to.
I'm talking to the camera. It's right there. Right there. Up there. Up. Look up. Right there. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, peacock. All right.
Pillow again.
Yep, pillow again. Can you say bye-bye, everybody?
Bye-bye, everybody.
Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Can you say see you next time?
See you next time.
All right, bye. Check out DaVinci Resolve. It's awesome. All right, where's the button? You got to help me here. Where is it? Okay. Okay, bye.